365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to ASAP in the Morning. It is the second edition of Unscripted Unleashed. We are taking over until Rayleigh, a.k.a. Pride, can wake his ass up and get on the show. I don't know if he had a good night last night because the Celtics won and maybe he just partied a little too hard and said, you know what, I'm taking the day off or what. But
it's probably for the Celtics.
Yeah. But the show's going to go on regardless. Pride, at some point, maybe he will join us. The link's out there if he wants to. Frankie the Yank. No, we're not going to go that route. No, because Golden State won. As you can see, you know when Golden State wins because Rob wears the jersey. If you just get the hat, that means they lost and he's still going to sport it. If you get the jersey and the hat, that's how you know they won. And as you can see,
that's not true. That's not true because they won 2 games before the winning yesterday, and Rob didn't wear no Golden State jersey.
Frankie, this was for you, my boy.
No, it's cool. I understand. It's cool. It's cool. You know what?
You wanted me to take off the hat.
Rob,
I came with the arsenal.
You got the black shirt underneath, so it just tells me that if you wear that jersey without a shirt underneath, it's gonna burn you.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Say what? Hey, so Frankie the Yankee, man, what's going on, my brother?
Oh, not much. Sipping some coffee. Rewatching some Monday Night Raw because I had to work last night and I recorded it and stuff, so I'm catching up on Raw. And then I'll be getting ready for this Yankee game later because right now the Yankees are looking hot, baby. We are looking hot. Best pitching group in AL right now. I don't know about the NL because the Mets are looking pretty good and the Dodgers and stuff like that. But right now the Yankees got the hottest pitching group in the AL right now. So all
right, I don't know about that. Don't be saying that too much because the Astros are coming up, brother. You know how many shutout innings we've had so far, shutout games.
Jay,
I'm just saying, hey, don't overlook us because we're gonna slap you in the mouth.
Jay, you said that last year, but you didn't beat us last year. Stop.
No, I said it last year and I was in the World Series. Where were you at?
And what happened in the World Series?
No, that's not the question. Stop. I said I was in the World Series and I asked you where you were at.
You can't come
I'm going to tell you where you were at, Frankie. You were at exactly where the Lakers are at. You were on your couch watching us play. Watching us play, Frankie.
That's cool. Jay, guess what? And guess what, Jay? You were on the couch crying that you lost the World Series. So what's more?
Maybe, but I was there. Hey, you know what? You're right.
Me being upset sitting on the couch because I wasn't at the World Series, or you crying on the couch because you lost the World Series? Which one?
Hey, listen. Hey, I'd rather be there.
Baseball talk so interesting.
I'd rather be on the couch and cry about the World Series than not play in the World Series. So I don't know, man. I got to be honest with you. You guys haven't been in the World Series in since 2009. You probably have lost the feeling of what feels like to be a team winner.
I mean, Jay, if you really want to get technical, we would have went there in 2017, but your team had to cheat.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And by the way, you were cheating too. Hey, according to Rob Manfred, according to Rob Manfred, you guys were caught cheating too. The only difference is you still couldn't get to the World Series, and you were cheating. So take that one.
This is where I put Jay in the corner and get baby slapped because he don't know what he's talking about. That wasn't in 2017, sir. You were the only team that got.
No, I'm not talking about 2017. I'm saying that you tried to copy us and cheat, and you still couldn't get to the World Series.
I specifically said we would have got there in 2017. I said a specific year, Mr. McLovin, a specific year. Okay? Hey, we would have went there in 2017 and won because we were the hottest team that year. We were on fire. But you guys had to cheat your way into sign stealing and get yourself a World Series. Yeah, you do that heavy breathing, sir.
Now, I say that because watch this. Hey, Rob, let me ask you, as the unbiased person here, it was somebody who doesn't really have anything in the fight on this one particular topic. But let me ask you a question, Rob. What's worse? What's worse, Rob? Cheating and getting the World Series, or cheating and being on the couch? What's worse? I don't know.
If you go cheat, you might as well win.
Well, Rob,
okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. Frankie's point makes no damn sense.
He's not telling you the specifics. We did not cheat in 2017. The letter said that we were.
God, he's still stuck on the year. I'm not talking about the year, guy. I'm just talking about the fact that you cheated and you still couldn't win.
I'm pulling out a year.
He's so mad right now, Rob. Rob, he's so mad. He's got views coming out of his ears.
You're pulling a con man right now into Freddie mixed into one. That's what you're trying to do.
He goes con man. That's how you know Frankie's mad. When he starts talking about con man,
because you're not listening to what I'm saying, Jay.
Okay.
You're not listening. You're like, Rob, what's worse? Cheating and winning the World Series, or cheating and sitting on the couch? But I'm not going to tell you the year that the Yankees got caught cheating. I'm just going to tell you what's worse.
It doesn't matter the year. It doesn't matter the year. Okay. Show just started. Yeah, it started. We and Frankie already in it. Hey, listen, Frankie, I'm going to put you in timeout because I think you need a chance to settle yourself down because right now you got steam pouring out the ears. So we're going to move right on into things, right? Before we get into playoffs, because we're going to spend a hot minute talking about these two games that we just had. I want to talk about Sonny Michel real quick. Going from the Patriots to the Rams, getting a Super Bowl, getting some garbage time playing while Cam Akers was hurt. Cam Akers come back. Sonny Michel kind of goes back in the waiting room. Kind of, just not really, they don't really treat him as like continuing to compete once Cam Akers comes back. So maybe he feels a certain kind of way. So now he goes to Miami, which is kind of where he's from. I think he grew up 20 miles outside of Hard Rock Stadium to play for the Dolphins on a 1-year, $2.1 million contract. And at what's already a very crowded backfield behind Mostert, Edmonds, Gaskin. They signed another guy, Ahmed. And then you got Michel. Now, if I'm saying Michel, what the hell kind of sense? I would rather stay in L.A., be behind one guy, than go to the Dolphins and be behind 4 or 3. I'm going to start with Rob Scott. Rob Scott, does this make sense to you if you're sending Michel?
I would say this. I guess it really depends on how much he really wants to still play. He's only going to get the minimum. You said $2.1 million?
Yeah, 2.1. I mean, very little money at all.
Yeah, so I think he's probably at that point now where he really doesn't care. I mean, you know what they say, running backs are usually the first to go in the NFL just due to the mileage and the amount of hits that they take.
Right.
So he might get at that point where he just wants to be a backup to a backup.
I mean, his career.
He's won his rings. He won with the Rams. I believe he won with the Patriots. So
his rookie year, baby, he won with the Patriots.
Yeah,
against the Rams.
Which makes me laugh at you, Frankie, that you talk about teams cheating, but you like the Patriots.
Hey.
It's true, Frankie. Y'all got more controversies to the political governmental system.
But I'm gonna take the words of Jay. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey, you ain't trying.
Hey, nobody tries harder than Bill Belichick. Let me just be honest with you. Nobody tries harder than that.
Something for his efforts, though. He gets a ring.
Man, if Bill Belichick was so good at it, we would have won a Super Bowl already without Brady.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, listen,
you're starting to come to the right side. Keep on coming to the right.
Yeah, no. He needs to stay on that dark. He needs to stay on that dark Sith path. Cheat some more, damn it, Eddie Guerrero.
He's trying to follow the recipe that he had with Brady. He's trying with Mac. We'll see what the Mac man can do, man.
So then we kind of move on to, I guess we'll go ahead and get into these playoffs. Because we really had 2 games to talk about since Monday. We played top on Monday. So we'll start off with the first one being the We'll talk about Golden State. We kind of just, since Rob's on here, we're gonna go ahead and get into Golden State and Memphis right off the rip.
Beautiful game.
101-98, 3-1 now in Golden State's favor. And Golden State, well, let's talk about Curry for once. Curry hits the 500 3-pointers in playoffs, got the milestone, right? Most in playoff history. And he does it on a day where Steve Kerr comes down with COVID.
Gets the package.
So,
Yep. And
Hey,
so
you're a Curry hater all your life, my boy.
so you know what? I'm glad Curry got that 500, but you know what? I hope the next shot for 501 he misses.
hey man, listen, he is so upset about that, man.
Hey,
Damn,
who hate
coach.
more, Curry or Durant? Lord Jesus.
Oh, I hate Durant with a passion, bro. Literally, I'll smack the shit out of Durant. Excuse my language here on the I shouldn't be saying that, but I would smack Durant. Curry, I don't mind Curry. I like Curry. I'm just trolling my man Rob. I like Curry. He's a beast, no lie.
It just seems like, man, everything was going in Memphis's favor up until that fourth quarter. And then once they got to the fourth quarter, it was just like the life just got sucked out of them.
It was too much Curry. I mean,
It
he
was.
scored 18 points in the fourth.
Well, yeah, he scored 18. You're right. I mean, it was both teams really kind of didn't shoot the ball well, though, right? I mean, from the 3-point line, I think both of them were like 9 and 35, 9 and 34. I think for the other team, correct?
It was horrible.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't really a terribly good shooting night for either team, but obviously, like Curry said, man, hey, listen, as long as when he went to the fourth quarter, he felt like, hey, we can still shoot our way back into this game. And matter of fact, the interesting part about it was for Golden State, they only scored 38 points in that first half. 38, that's it. But I'll be damned if in the fourth quarter they didn't score 39.
So
it was.
I'm just saying that's pretty impressive. And that's really what got in that fourth quarter, because it was 39-29. That 10-point differential really came into play. And, hey, I'm telling you, Memphis was on a roll. And Frankie's pissed off because his prediction sucks ass.
Not really. For one,
no, it really does. It sucks. It sucks bad. You were envisioning Memphis all the way to the Western Conference Finals, and they can't get past the Golden State Warriors in the fourth quarter.
Dre's really trying to piss me off this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he knows for a fact my prediction is not ass, because for someone,
no, seriously, I know a blind man that can find himself out of a closet faster than Freddie to find his way to a good prediction.
Jay, shut your mouth. You had your pause. All right, now you got to shut your mouth. Jay is trying to upset me, and it's not gonna work. Jay, you know my prediction is still beautiful, because I have said this prediction about the Memphis Grizzlies since November without Ja Morant. Now let me say that again. Since November, 1 month into the NBA season, without Ja Morant. And who doesn't have Ja Morant right now? And who just lost by 3 points? Oh, okay, Memphis is 7. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, but you lost and you're down 3-1.
I didn't
think
lose.
you could come back and win this? I mean, honestly.
Lose. Jay, can you remind me who was up 3-1 one time in the playoffs? Can you remind me that? Who was up 3-1 and lost? Who was up 3-1 and lost?
Hey, there were several teams. I'm not saying you can't come back from 3-1. I'm not saying you can't, because the Rockets did it twice. So I know it can be done. But
so don't sit there and say my prediction isn't gonna happen.
But at the same time,
we have to wait and see if Ja Morant is gonna come back for Game 4.
Well, you know, it really kind of hurt. What really kind of hurt the fact not only did you not have Morant, but what really kind of hurt you guys was Bane. 3 of 8 on 8 points. I mean, he really needed to step up and be the number 2 guy for you, especially with him out. Now Jackson stepped up. And got you 21. But unfortunately, it was 7 of 21 that he tried to get his 21, and he got 0-7 at the 3-point line. So the one guy that got you the most points really struggled at the line the most. You know, so you definitely needed more Bane. I think if you would have got a better showing from Bane, I think you're probably winning this game. Matter of fact, I know you're winning this game. But 8 points is not going to get it done. And I think it really kind of hurt you guys.
a 3-point loss just shows me that they can keep up with Golden State. They can beat Golden State if they, like you said, they put their mind to it and then everybody shoots well as a team without John Morant. They can definitely do it. They had success early in the season without him. They can definitely beat Golden State, no problem. They just have to do it smart and be in the right mindset to do it. But man, they're up 3-1. I still got faith in the Grizzlies. Like they could, like I said, man, they can come back. Golden State blew a 3-1 lead before, and I think that they can do it again against Memphis. But I need to wait to hear and see what's the status on John Morant first.
Well, let's see, Frankie. Though I'm a law of averages kind of guy, and I feel like okay. So they're getting ready. Correct me if I'm wrong. They did that. Was that game in Memphis or it was in Memphis? Correct.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to. So they got what? Is it one more game in Memphis, or are they getting ready to go to? No, they're going to Golden State now at this point. Correct.
What was this, game 4?
Yeah. Now we're getting ready to go to game 5.
So I believe they have one more game in Memphis.
And then we go to Golden State. Okay.
Yeah, then we go to Golden State because Golden State's the 2nd seed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Golden State. You're right. So here's the deal. So you got one more game in Memphis. Then we go to Golden State. And in all intents and purposes, Memphis has to win 3 straight games in a row. 3 in a row.
And 2 of those are in Golden State.
And I mean, I'm just saying, law of averages, Frankie, it's going to be really difficult for them guys to win 3 in a row. It's just going to be hard, man. Do you think that this team has the mentality to do that? Are they tough enough?
Oh, they're definitely tough enough. I mean, I don't know what it is that it's missing with what's going on. I mean, like you said, they didn't have a real good shooting night both sides of the court. Neither team had a really good shooting night. So if Memphis could somehow have a better shooting night but still keep that defensive side that they had last night, or even throughout the series with Minnesota and early on with the Golden State Warriors, they definitely have the momentum and the mentality to even this series up as 3 apiece and go to a game 7. But they need that leader, and their leader right now is not on the court with them.
So then we turn it to Rob. Rob,
Yeah, right back in time. Right back in time.
Take that jersey and hat off, damn it.
Hold on now. Now we're back to Rob, and this is where it gets interesting. And I hope I don't piss Frank. Well, you know what? I don't give a damn. Hey, listen. Here's the deal, Rob. So we're coming back to you. Frankie tells me that he feels that Memphis is strong enough mentally and physically to come back from a 3-1 down and win 3 in a row against Golden State. And I told him that's going to be a very tall task to complete against this Golden State Warriors. And let's be honest, if we're really being honest, Golden State, had they shot the ball better, which typically Golden State doesn't shoot the 3 ball that bad. Had they shot better, this really would have been more of a blowout type of game. But do you feel like in your heart, do you feel like Memphis could come back and tie it up or even possibly win it? Or is Golden State just that good that it doesn't matter what they do?
I think what it is right now with Memphis is learning how to win. See, it's one thing to be successful in the regular season. A total different beast when you're trying to be successful in the postseason, especially going against a team that's experienced as Golden State. Because, yes, I know Poole hasn't been there, and Otto Porter hasn't been there. Gary Payton Jr. hasn't been there. But when your core has been to the dance on multiple occasions, that's a recipe for success. Steph, Clay, and Draymond have been there, and they've been the most 3 consistent with Golden State in their success since 2014. So you have to remember that right now, that's a tall task to ask a Memphis team without your leader to go in there and still act like this is the regular season. It's not. Intensity is a lot different. But I will say this is making Memphis better for the future years. Memphis is going to be tough for years to come because they are so young, and they're also getting a learning lesson right now. What they used to say, they're getting taken to the woodshed right now. And it's okay. You're getting taken to the woodshed by former champions. Steph Curry is a former 2-time MVP. Look at the tell of the tape, as they say in boxing. Golden State shoots 24% from the 3-point line, and they win. Now I know you're trying to say, well, Memphis didn't have Ja Morant and they only won by 3 points. Doesn't matter. The one thing that they do great is shoot the ball. They are a small team. They have to use their perimeter shooting to keep that floor space. And they wasn't able to do it, and they still won a ugly ass game.
Yeah.
Actually,
I wasn't.
I'm confident in the Golden State Warriors, if not even more now, because not only do you win finesse games where you score 142 points, but you also win those gritty, those physical games in which a team that by all accounts and purposes you're supposed to kill without Ja Morant, yet they come in there because people also sleep on the fact that Memphis is a better team defensively without Ja on the floor.
Exactly, and I want to rephrase myself to Rob because like I'm not trying to say.
Oh no, Frank, you were absolutely trying to say. Don't back down now. No, there's no backpedaling. Frankie, there's no backpedaling on this show. This show is not titled Backpedaling Podcast. This is not Backpedaling Podcast. This is ASAP in the morning. We stay behind everything that we say. So no backpedaling. I will not allow it. I will remove you if I hear one backpedaling.
Remove me, Jay. I don't give a damn. You remove me, you're gonna lose your damn fan base. So shut the hell up and let me talk. So what I'm trying to say is they didn't lose by 3 points because they didn't have Ja Morant. Ja Morant would have like made that 3-point to tie it up or whatever. No, what I'm trying to say is without them not having Ja Morant on the court and stuff, they're losing their basic main leader on the floor and off the court. You feel me? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like they lost their leader. So without their leader to tell them how to like run basics down and what they want to do to try and tie it up at the end, or at least try and win it by a couple points or something like that. And they didn't have that leader there. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't trying to say like, oh, Ja Morant wasn't there, they lost by 3 points. But if he was there, they would have won because Ja Morant would have. Man, I've seen Ja Morant force layups. Where they were up by tying it up or down by 1 or something like that. I've seen him force layups. I've seen him miss 3 points to win games and stuff like that. So like. It's just having that leadership on the court, that main leader person on that court, and Ja Morant is that leader for the Memphis Grizzlies.
And it's not even like Memphis is taking themselves out of the game by not doing what they did in the regular season to get them to second place in the West. Like they were the best rebounding team in the league.
Yeah, they were.
And the Golden State, they are small compared to the Memphis Grizzlies. Even when you put Steven Adams in the lineup like they did so desperately did yesterday, they still get out rebounded 54 to 48,
which is bad. That's all the way around.
You're getting out rebounded by a team that's very much smaller than you. The biggest person on that team right now is Looney, and he's not very athletic. Even though he caught a couple bodies yesterday, he caught him slipping a little bit. But that's the kind of player Looney is. He's a catch you slipping type of player. He's not gonna just come up and body to body like a Wiggins, and that's who's been killing y'all. If you really want to know, Wiggins, he's been keeping balls alive, even if he's not getting the actual rebound. He's keeping the ball alive. Wiggins. Man, Wiggins out there. Even yesterday, he gets double digits rebounds.
Yeah. He got like, it was like, what was the exact number on his rebounds? Was it like 16 or is it 18 or 16? I can't.
Oh, you talking about for the total?
Yeah, for Wiggins, just for Wiggins.
He had 10 rebounds last night.
Was it okay? It was 10. Okay.
Yeah, he was 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal. He's doing it. And out of those 10 rebounds, 5 of them was offensive. So he's giving
and what hurts you? What really hurts him is the fact that Brooks shot 19 times but only landed 5. Just a lack of shooting. It really hurt both teams.
That's what
it hurts you more when you don't have your star player, and that's what you're kind of known for.
That's where they miss Ja, because yes, Memphis gets better defensively without Ja on the court, but you also lose so much offense because Ja can get his own shot at any time. He just makes everybody better.
Now, Adams did get 15 rebounds. So he had a pretty good day.
Adams did his job. Adams did his job, but
it just wasn't enough.
Adams never really been known as a defender. He's a strong rebounder. He knows how to create space in the paint, whether he's boxing people out so you can get an easy layup or boxing people out for the rebound. But if we look on the defensive end of the ball, how many open layups does Steph Curry have?
You said what now?
I said with.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Joe.
that's what I said. He said they're not a clown show when he's gone. That's what I said. The Memphis Grizzlies won without Ja Morant.
But they were also when they did that 20-5.
Jay, shut your mouth.
Hold on.
Damn it.
No, I'm not going to hide my mouth. You know what? Because they were playing a Golden State Warriors team fully healthy. It's ridiculous to say that.
See how quick I can get Jay.
It's ridiculous. No, I mean, because I'm not going to listen to craziness or people who don't watch the game of basketball think that's a smart thing to say. When you're playing a Golden State Warriors team and they don't have all of their accoutrements, and you want to sit there and say, well, we went 25 without him. Yeah, but you were playing a team that didn't have maybe one superstar. So shut your mouth. or at least if you're going to talk intelligently.
Yeah. And you know what, though? And I want to give praise. You see me wearing the man jersey. Steph Curry still didn't have a great shooting night, and I still stand by that. Steph Curry is my favorite player, but he hasn't been right since he was trying to break that record. Again, the most three-point shots ever made. Like, he hasn't particularly shot the ball well this season. However, yesterday, that's what a superstar does. He wasn't shooting well all game. It's fourth quarter time. Neither one of us can score. You know what? Give me the damn ball. And that's what Steph Curry did last night. 18 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I don't care what you look at and say, go 10 or 25, 2 or 7 from the three-point. I don't care. 18 points in the fourth quarter when it counted, knowing that neither one of us can score. I can score the ball. Jordan Poole had a bad game. Klay Thompson had a bad game. But you know what? There's still a third member of the Splash Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time you see Klay Thompson go 0 for 7 at the three-point line?
And that's why Ron got upset with me. I think it was like sometime last week because we were talking about Klay, and I secretly said Klay Thompson's playing like Russell Westbrook in this series.
Oh, yeah. Don't disrespect him like that now. Don't disrespect him like that.
Yeah, Rob, you see what I say, bro. Klay Thompson is like the Russell Westbrook of this series. I say what I say, and I mean it.
You know what, though, man?
Hate me, love me. I don't give a damn. I'm Frankie C. I say what I say, and I mean that shit from the heart.
He has not had a good series at all. We need Klay to get that together.
And to Joe's comment, I agree. Not all the teams that they beat, during that time period were bums. But let's just be real. The times that they played the Golden State Warriors, that was not the Golden State Warriors. That was like alternate B team because of injuries. And I think you've seen that. That's why we're up 3-1. Or I should say we. Because I thought my team. I don't want nobody saying.
No, you said it.
Come to the light. Come to the light, McLovin.
No, I don't want Frankie going that direction. I'm just about the team in which I'm talking about.
Just to bring this point home, though, if you look at Klay Thompson, he's only averaging about almost 16 points. He's shooting 34.7% from the field and 25.7% from the three-point line. This series.
You see that, Jay?
And only shooting. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. 60% from the free throw line.
Look at that.
Now, granted, he hasn't taken that many free throws, but Klay Thompson is a knockdown shooter. And if your knockdown shooter is not knocking down shots,
it's going to hurt you.
The problem when you start going against the Dallases or the Phoenixes of the world.
Yeah,
or
the
Bucks or the Phillies or the Celtics of the world. So, oh my God, yeah. But I believe in Klay. I believe Klay will be able to get it together. But I will say this though, for all the people that say Steph Curry is not clutch, he was clutch last night.
Oh, absolutely, he was clutch last night. And I tell you, man, hey, like I think to your earlier point, and Frankie, understand that, man, is Memphis is growing. I mean, they're growing. They're becoming a better team. But I'm sorry, but sometimes experience just outweighs you. And right now, Golden State just has the experience to win games. And Memphis is learning. God. They're in that growing pain right now.
Yeah.
I really wish something happens to Golden State where they just like
Lord Jesus.
No, I'm not saying nothing bad. I didn't say nothing bad. I just said I really hope something happens.
No, that's exactly. That's how I took it. Like Frankie wish you want them to break some legs
or something. Like get somebody out of there so we can get this evened up. I wanna see an even series. I don't want to see a 4-1 series, bro. I want to. We all predicted a Game 7 series out of this.
Actually, I thought this series was going to be the most interesting series out of all the games, but it turned out to be.
I still think it's the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's turned out to be Milwaukee and Boston. That's the best series on TV right now.
Man,
and I would say Dallas and Phoenix too, but right now, just with the defensive intensity that's being played in that game, in those games in that series, oh my God, Boston and Milwaukee, they came to play.
Nah, oh yeah, there's no doubt because it's literally alternating game by game.
Yeah,
literally,
it almost feels like whoever wins that series will win the finals, but
it really does the way it's going. And
I'm riding with Golden State to the end, baby.
since we moved on to that game, did you guys see the moment where Marcus Smart and Giannis were on the floor?
Yeah,
I saw that.
They're trying to get each other up, and Giannis is like, "Nah, you know what the hell? I'm gonna lay here." Marcus Smart's like, "You know what?
He's like, forget you there.
Forget you."
You know what though? It almost reminded me. Remember when Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone was doing that?
Yes.
Like they kept knocking each other down and.
Yes.
Oh my God! But you know what though?
It was a couple. I don't know if Frankie knows that. He's not that old yet.
I won't lie. It was a couple of moments in this game that I liked that didn't have anything to do with a basketball play. It was just the determination shown by these teams. That play that you mentioned with Marcus Smart and Giannis on the ground, when Giannis dunked on Al Horford and he looked at him and Al Horford was like, "Oh, that's what we own?
Yeah.
That's what we own?" You know, I just like to look in his eyes. And then that third one, when Giannis was trying to grab Jaylen Brown's neck and talk to him, Taylor said, "Get your damn hands off me." I said, now that's playoff basketball. That's how you play. I don't want you touching me. We might be cool, but right now, bro, I don't rock with you.
Right. And I tell you, Al Horford was like, I'm gonna get my revenge. And oh my God, did he ever get his revenge?
Oh my God, Al Horford was out there playing stupendous last night. That's a word.
Bro.
Stupendous last night.
I'm calling
Al
that
Horford
man Al Gorford, man. That's what we call
when Al Horford, he got past Giannis and then dunked on Giannis and then put the elbow to Giannis's mouth and said, "Get off me!"
I don't even like that the referees take them up, man. You gotta let you can't take the emotion out of the game.
Yeah, you can't.
It's the emotion. Yeah, I'm a dunk and I'm yelling your crowd face and
and that's not even Horford. Even Horford will tell you, he's like, "That's not what I do. I typically would go about my business as usual." But I'm telling you, what Giannis did to me on that little dunk and that little smirky face. Oh, I'm putting it on you, and then I'm going to scream in your face. And not only that, but I'm going to drop 16 on your punk ass in the fourth quarter and take the win.
The hell with that. You're not going to sit here and say you're not going to be like, "Oh, I'm not that type of person." Man, you just slam dunk on the defending MVP and defending champ. You're not going to sit there and say you're not going to say something, man. If that was me, I'm all up in his face and his grill. And I got the one.
Oh,
yeah. I'm letting you know that Al Horford, what can we say? Like you said, what did he say? 14 points in the fourth quarter.
No, he had 16. He had 16 and Tatum had 12.
You know, Tatum showed up when it counted. Because if you look over the game, he didn't shoot that well from the field. But in the fourth quarter,
he did not.
He was 5 of 6, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line, 12 points. Al Horford, perfect as well. 6 of 6, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 16 points. Oh man, plus minus of 17. Just getting the job done. I mean, Horford was it got to the point he couldn't miss. The man couldn't miss. I was so proud of him last night, because I remember Al Horford from them Atlanta years. Used to give my Bulls problems back when they used to go against D Rose, and then he goes to Boston and he doesn't have a good stint the first time around. People thought he was ready to retire. So for him to turn around and do this, because Al Horford is 35 too, he's getting up there in age. So you look when you get a play like this. Not to mention he almost plays 42 minutes last night.
No, so the Bucks were in control of the game all the way till that fourth. And when the fourth hit, what's interesting to me was the Celtics scored 43 points. The Bucks got 28. But when you look at Tatum and you combine his numbers with Horford's numbers, they scored the same points as what the Bucks did, 28.
Mhm.
And then he got the other guys chipping in their part. So, I mean, it really was the Tatum and Horford show
It was.
in the fourth quarter, and they weren't going to be denied. And it was like, hey, we're going to punch you in the mouth, and then we're going to see you back in Boston. Have a nice day.
Hey,
Now,
but like I said, Grant Williams is making life tough on Giannis. Giannis is still getting his points. Like last night, he had 34 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists.
And Robert Williams still hasn't been seen yet in the game yet.
Yeah, and they lucky. But you know what? I'm not. If I'm Boston, I realize I'm gonna probably need him against a Phoenix if they make it. You know, gives you some size to kind of match with DeAndre Ayton. Also, Philly, you're gonna be playing Philadelphia in the next round. You're gonna need everything you need against Joel Embiid. It's just quite that simple. Why play you if I can rest you?
Right. Yeah. No doubt. I agree. And it's going to be interesting. So, you know, we got game 5. We're getting ready to play, like I said, back in Boston. So, how do you?
Game 5 is in Milwaukee.
Is it? Oh, sorry. It's still in Milwaukee. My bad. But either way, how do you see game 5 rolling out? How chippy is it going to be? How nasty is it going to be?
It's going to be Cloverleaf Celtics sexy, baby. That's what it's going to be like.
You think? I'm looking to see a really physical game come game 5.
If the Celtics rewatch what they did in last night's game, they can pull this out. Literally, they did what we told them. I feel like they watched us yesterday on the morning show, and they heard what we said to them. We said, leave Giannis be. Let him be. Guard everyone else and let Giannis do what Giannis do. And that's exactly what they did.
And I was proud of them.
what they did. Exactly. And what also changed for the Celtics was it wasn't just Marcus Smart, Tatum, and Jaylen Brown like it normally is. It's finally Al Horford who stepped up. Let me rephrase that. Al Goldford.
Al Goldford.
All right, he changed that up and got 30. He got a playoff career high, damn it. We put some respect to my man's name, all right? You put respect to Al's name when you're speaking of the Goatford, all right? Because there ain't going to be no one else that's going to do that in the Celtics right now. Listen, if he can...
I'm not ready to goat Horford just yet, but I will say one hell of a game.
You better call him Goatford, bro.
I'm not calling him Goatford. He said 1 game in 15 years. Come on, hold on now. Hold on. 30 points was his career high, guy. I'm not goating a guy whose career high in 15 years is 30 points. Okay? I'm going to say that's a great game. I'm going to say it's a great game. But it's not goated.
Early in his career, he dealt with a shitty Atlanta Hawk team early in his career, carrying that team.
But he never got above 30. He never even got to 30.
Because he was by himself. That was in the playoffs.
Well, I'm by myself. I'm taking more shots. I should be getting above 30 if I'm the main guy.
No, that's not what
that is even more why he's not goated.
No, he's a leader as a team. He's a leader for that team.
You talking about Al Horford?
Yeah.
Al Horford is the stable voice in the locker room.
He's a stable voice, but he's not your number one guy. He's not your number
one guy.
When he was with the Atlanta Hawks?
He's not your number one guy, but you also he's your savvy veteran. Like
but are you gonna goat him? Really? Are we goating?
No. We just talking.
No. Because that was the conversation right now, Rob. You're too shit. I need you to use both of them and tell Frankie why. Because the conversation is Frankie says he should be goated. I'm saying you don't goat a guy just for getting 30 points.
we just showing him some love for the game. That
you give him the goat.
God, Frankie's all over his. I'm not gonna say that.
You're just mad. Jay, you're just mad because
let's just say Frankie is swinging from an anatomy on out. Right now, and Frankie's background, I can swing low, swing very high.
Coming from someone who likes the Rockets in the beginning of the year, but then switch over to Dallas and Luka Magic.
No, we never switched over.
But now
we never see that. Now you're just I'm not going to engage this conversation.
Here we go, Rob.
You know what though? You know what? That's a good That's a good transition. All right, so what we gonna say? Are we saying with Golden State, Memphis game? What's that gonna be? 5? Who we got?
I'm sticking with Golden State, man. I just think that that the 3-1. I without Morant, because Morant is still doubtful to even be in Game 5. So I'm
now they said with Game 4 he was noticeably limping and he didn't even practice.
Yeah. And now he's still doubtful for Game 5. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make the call. I'm saying he's not playing Game 5. I would be really surprised if he did. And if he did play, I don't know if he's 100%. I'm going Golden State. I still think Golden State shoots better and comes back and destroys Memphis like the little stepchildren that they always were.
Frankie, I know who you're going with, but who you got? Golden State and Memphis, Game 5.
I gotta stick with the team that I've been riding with. I'm not a person that sticks with a team and then got to switch over because it's one game left if they lose. I still feel like Memphis can do something. I feel like they can turn it out, and you never know. Maybe Golden State can just let. I'm not gonna say they're gonna let them win, but maybe Golden State like ease off a little bit. Not get too tired out because why not take it back home to Golden State and win it in front of your fan base, right? Like
It's thinking like that that'll make you lose.
Shut up, Rob. That's what I'm trying to do.
So me and Rob got Golden State.
You know what? Hold on. I heard this character has been getting popular, especially from my show. So Reverend Rob is back to deliver the eulogy for the Memphis Grizzlies. Ladies and gentlemen, they fought so hard all regular season. Potential MVP candidate in Ja Morant. But I digress. We lay to rest the Grizzly Bears of Memphis. They fought valiantly.
Bro, Peach, bro,
they fought valiantly in the playoffs, but they went against a juggernaut known as the Warriors of Golden State, and their time has come to an end. We bid you adieu, Memphis.
Oh my God, bro! After that,
if I may, I would also like for us to take a moment of silence for Frankie's prediction of Memphis.
Jay just wants my prediction to end because he would never.
No. Right now, we are in a moment of silence, Frankie. That means you have to be quiet. We are observing the lackadaisicalness of your prediction.
Excuse my language to ASAP and Network. But fuck your moment of
silence,
Lord
Jesus.
No, we can't. Now you're in timeout. I got to put you in timeout, man. I got to do what Pride would tell me to do, and I got to put you in timeout, man. So you're on a 20-second timeout.
We got F-bombs coming now. It's the show.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, Frankie, man. Frankie, you're on a 20-second timeout.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
This is
listen,
unscripted takeover.
So we got Frankie riding still with Memphis. Me and obviously Reverend Rob are gonna keep rocking with Golden State. We look back at the real quick on the Golden State, or not the Golden State, Memphis, the Bucks and Celtics. I think the Bucks are going to come back and take, just because of the pattern of it. I'm going to stick with the Bucks taking Game 5. Rob, who you got?
Woo!
You gotta do it like Ric Flair, bro.
You know what? For pride, I'm gonna take the Celtics. Game 5.
Oh,
Frankie.
What? Oh, I'm going with the Celtics. No doubt about it. Celtics in 7 always.
Man.
I got the Celtics in Game 5.
But you know what, Jay?
I got some mad bragging rights when the Bucks win that game. Then
I want to tell you guys this, and I'm going to tell you secretly. Don't tell Pride. I know he's watching anyway. So I want the Celtics to win this series, right? I want them to go to the finals, right? I want them to go to Game 7 in the finals.
And then lose.
I want them to be up by 1 point with 4.5 seconds left on the clock.
And then Steph hits a 3
and I want the opposing team to hit the game-winner shot and make the Boston Celtics walk away with their heads hanging low so I can go to Pride and say, ha ha!
Hey, it's been a long time since the Boston Celtics have been able to hang a banner.
It has been a long time. It's been a while.
2008, when the Big Three Celtics, that was the last Celtics team to do it.
They got hit with the
Pride. He ain't seen that thing in 14 years.
And then even before that,
Pride was only 5 years old at the time.
They hadn't hung up a banner since Bird retired.
Yeah, it's been a very long drought in Boston. Hey, real quick, guys, tonight's games. We got the Heat and Sixers, and we got the Mavericks and Suns. let's give our quick predictions on that. You got the Heat. What's the series? The season it's evened up right now at 2 apiece. It's in Miami.
Yep.
And I got to be honest with you, man. Ever since Embiid has come back to this Philadelphia team, they've just been playing. I mean, Harden's been playing better. He's showing up now. He's commanding the team back to greatness. I'm going to roll with the 76ers, and I think they continue this momentum and get 3 in a row, man.
Yes,
what do you think,
sir.
Rob?
Yes, sir. I am going to ride with the 76ers. There is no answer for Joel Embiid, who I think, in my opinion, should have been the MVP of the league. I'm sorry, Joker. I respect what you did, but Joel Embiid, to me, to lead the league in scoring, to not be that statistically far off from the Joker, and not to mention the storylines that been troubling the 76ers all season. Where's Ben Simmons? Is he gonna play? He wants to leave. Where is he gonna go? They get Harden. Harden plays good for 5 games. Where the hell did Harden go? Joel Embiid has seen it all this season, and yet the 76ers were still one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, which was the Beastern Conference, by the way. But I digress. I got Philly winning tonight, and Philly winning the next game too. Miami they will see no more wins in this series.
Frankie.
Yes, sir.
What's your prediction?
Oh, well, I'm in my daughter's room right now. Hold on, you're probably gonna hear it in the background. But I'm going with the 76ers. I said once Joel Embiid came back from injury, it's gonna be game over. Like, they were gonna win 4 straight. Miami is hot garbage. I've been saying it since day one. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs right now. Like,
you say hot garbage, my boy?
Hot garbage, bro.
Garbage?
Heat garbage, matter of fact. Heat garbage, bro. Like, you go to Miami and you stand next to the dumpster at Miami Stadium, and that's all you smell is the Miami Heat. That's all you smell right next to that dumpster. You just take one good whiff, and you're like, "Ooh, okay, now I know what Frankie's talking about." Ooh, yeah, they're hot heat dumpster, bro. They shouldn't even be in there. Jimmy who cares? Yeah, for my boy Pride.
Yeah, again, man, I just feel like the Heat put up a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't compete with that much size and talent. It's just really hard once Joker comes back. He really does change the dynamic of that game. And obviously, when Harden is clicking alongside of him, it's just ridiculous.
It's not even fair, bro. Like, when you think about what Joel Embiid
can do. No. We're not talking about MVP yet. That's a whole other matter we're going to talk about after the playoffs. And we're going to
No. I'm talking about when you think about what Joel Embiid can do. Because you're asking Bam Adebayo to do a lot and trying to guard that man. When you look at Bam and you're like, man, he's athletic. He's a big guy. Then he's standing next to Joel Embiid, and you realize how big
how short Adebayo really is.
Lord Jesus. I mean, standing next to Embiid is like, that's too much of a person to handle in one game.
It really is. It really honestly is. And
that's
why I don't
score from all 3 facets. He can score in the post. He can hit the mid-range. He can hit the 3 ball. He can dribble. He can handle. His feet work down low is just impeccable.
Right.
And he sticks defense. What doesn't the guy do?
I mean, Adebayo's a good player, but he's not. He's an all-star, but not a superstar. And if you're going to be that small and go up against Embiid, you better be your skill sets better be superstar worthy.
I'm telling you,
speak that truth, Jay.
I'm just saying. It's a factual thing.
What Jay's trying to say is, when you play for the Miami Heat, you're not a superstar because you're hot heat garbage.
He said hot heat garbage for our fans.
Hey, but I want to say this though. I still, I know for whatever reason, Pride would rather have Doc Rivers versus Spoelstra, but I like Spoelstra, man. I still think he's the better coach. I just do, man. I really do. He can manage. He can manage the superstars. He calls a good game plan. It's just unfortunately right now the Sixers just have more talent than the Miami Heat do.
Yeah, you know what? Doc Rivers hurt his legacy with the whole Ben Simmons situation. Like, losing 3-1 leads is one thing.
Yeah.
But to lose, to really damage the confidence of one of your all-stars on your team, and to the point where this man was willing to lose money to not play for you because you threw him under the bus. That really damaged Doc Rivers' legacy to me.
Oh no, I agree. I definitely agree, man.
Can you guys imagine what Doc Rivers is gonna feel like when it becomes or if it becomes the 76ers versus the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Final?
Like, oh my goodness.
He has to face the team he won a championship with 14 years ago to make it back to the finals. Like that's.
And let's be real. I know people want to give him credit for that, but it was long overdue. It was long overdue for KG to win the ring, and KG was not about to let that slip through his fingers.
Paul George and Ray Allen.
Yeah, but KG was like,
well, hell, Paul Pierce. Why
KG was the voice on that team. Paul Pierce was your closer. Paul Pierce was your closer, but KG was the voice and heart of that team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Like he was the coach away from the coach. KG put everybody in position. You do this, you be here, you stand here. I'm up here. I rotate, go there. I watch film on KG with Boston. It was, I knew even though I went for the Lakers that year, I knew in my heart of hearts, I'm like, Boston gonna win this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but we got our redemption. We
did it, 2010, baby. I was so happy for Kobe.
And it was an amazing one. It was an amazing one. It's a Game 7 series for the championship. What an amazing way to go.
And Kobe did not play well that Game 7.
No, he didn't.
He did other things to help his team win.
And
pay attention and take notes. When you're not shooting the ball well, you can rebound the ball. You can pass the ball. You can play defense. That's what Kobe did in that game. That Game 7 was pivotal.
What gets me pissed is you can catch the fake Laker fans is when they say, "Oh, well, it was Kobe that won that game for them." Honestly, it really wasn't. If you rewatch that game, you look at that game, that person that won that game for us, Ron Artest.
Meta World Peace.
World Peace.
Hey, that was the clutch three he hit in the corner, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. He was like, I knew Kobe was gonna pass me the ball. I love his explanation. He was like, I was ready for it. I wasn't gonna let him down.
Kobe's like, I don't feel well. I know I'm not gonna make this three. Yo, Ronnie, this is you, bro. Get us that shit.
Hey, you saw him at the post-game conference. He said Kobe got me a ring.
Yep, he did it. Back-to-back rings at that.
Back-to-back rings. Man, I was so happy for that Lakers team. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go down memory lane.
Yeah,
no worries, man.
You made the inside of me real happy because it brought me back to happy times.
Man, I was so happy. I'm telling you, that used to be one of the best things you hear at the end of the game. I love LA.
Yeah, that was the time we used to get Jack Nicholson on the side of the court every game. He'll sit right next to Phil Jackson. Now he's not there no more. That tells you everything on how we look now.
Let's switch gears over to what I think has really kind of turned into a very interesting series as well between the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns.
Yes, first
off, before we get into the actual game and predictions and things like that, what we think is going to happen, I want to take a minute to just get your guys' opinion on something. I've been thinking about this for a minute, and I understand Chris Paul's frustrations and emotions about the events that happened with his family. But I've also been reading, and I don't know the truth behind this, but I've also been reading where it was this kid was basically they were given unwanted hugs. Now, how do we feel about this? I mean, they're not, if it's true and they're just giving them a hug, maybe I don't know. Is that really something to get so bent out of shape on over a hug? Maybe they should have said, hey, we appreciate the love, but we don't like physical contact. I mean, the guy was a baby. I mean, I don't even know. He could have been more than 14, 15 years old. And Chris Paul's coming at him like he's a grown-ass man. Rob, what's your take on this? I mean, was it a hug? Were they out there just trying to show love and appreciation? Or was it, what do you think about all this?
I don't think it was a hug. I mean, they're saying that he pushed him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You touch my mama or my wife.
But see, that's the controversy. First, it comes out that he pushed him. Then it comes out that they were hugs. I mean, I'm confused as to which one it actually was.
I don't look. I don't know. Only thing I can go off of is what information was told to Chris Paul, which was the reason he reacted like that. I don't think at that time you're not listening to logic or reason. Jay, somebody come tell you.
No,
right
I get
now,
it. I'm with
your
you.
wife
I
comes
understand.
in, or somebody comes in and say, "Hey, Jay, somebody touched your wife." You don't even care at that moment how she was touched.
Oh, right. No, I get
All
it.
you know is somebody touched my wife. It's a problem. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
And that's
So,
what I'm saying. I don't blame Chris Paul. I just wonder what
I'm
really
not mad
happened.
at Chris Paul. I'm mad at whoever is relaying the information.
Yeah.
You know, being hysterical maybe when you didn't have to be. You know, but I can't blame Chris Paul for his reaction. I can't blame other analysts for their reactions. All we know is his mother and wife was touched. That's all the information that was given to us.
Right.
So in that instance, you like, I don't give a damn if he's 16. He gonna learn today to stop touching people.
You gonna learn today, boy.
Well, that's the point. I don't
you.
necessarily. I'm with you, Rob. I agree with the way Chris Paul handled the situation in terms of his emotion, because we would all be like that. And I'm with you. I agree with the person that relayed the information, because, like I said, there's two different stories that are out there. Yeah. And to me, if there's two different stories out there, then that means there's an issue with how the information was relayed, or maybe they didn't have all the pertinent information before they spoke to Paul.
And then I'm gonna tell you this. This is what also often gets overlooked, and I am not making it a black or white thing, but you gotta look at the parents.
I get it. I get it.
Like
Rob,
my thing is,
white?
yeah, you know, and my thing is, as let's say we're at a game and my kids get unruly. You won't have to discipline my kids because my foot already be up their ass for talking to an adult like that.
I'm smacking the flames off my kid.
You know, like, hold on, who you talking to? Or who you touching?
You better respect your elders.
You was a kid. Come here, bring your little, like you would have got famous for being somebody that got whooped on at a basketball.
Hey, Rob, so the other side of that coin was the other part of that story. And the other part of that story was they said, and I don't know if it was the wife or the mom, but one of Paul's family members was going up the stairs, I guess, to go to concession or whatever, and they said they were being followed. So I'm wondering, were they being followed by the same by that same 16-year-old kid, I guess, was trying to get the hug or pushing or whatever? Was it the same person? Because if so, why weren't they dealing with that then? Like, why wasn't security like on this kid at that point?
Yeah, I don't think, you know, sometimes it's so much going on at a game, it's hard to keep track of everything. But what I will say is it's also Chris Paul's responsibility to make sure if you're not going to have your family sitting in the suite or away from everybody, then they need to have people around them that's going to keep them safe.
Yeah, like, and really, I agree, because you can prevent so much just by taking those extra steps. Because listen, when you got star athletes and you got people like that, sometimes things are just going to happen. It's just in nature, man. People are enamored with stars, and they want to be close to them for whatever reason.
And some people, you know what I mean? I feel like they got that tough mentality. I don't need security. We're going to be all right. Yes, you do. I say this all the time, and I hope America doesn't take this the wrong way, but anybody can be touched. Even a president of the United States was touched. If they want to touch you, you will get touched. So
ain't nobody touching me. I'm breaking wrists and snapping fingers.
My thing with that is when you know you're a high profile person, or you're the spouse or the parent of a high profile person, there needs to be extra precautions taken when we're out with the people, because it can be more than just an unruly fan. It could be somebody wanting the money you have.
And I agree with that.
They're sitting out there all fancy. You got on these Dior and the Chanel and all this stuff. People want that stuff. So you should, make sure you're safe. Like how Shaq said it. Shaq said it well. We all got cousins. Bring some of them cousins through. Ain't nobody, cousin ain't gonna let nothing happen to auntie.
Oh, no, I get that too. To be honest, though, when you're, like you said, Rob, I agree with you. When you're famous, or when you're in the limelight, or when you are in a position where, people are going to gravitate like that, the inherent risk. We're not stupid. I know these guys weren't born yesterday. They know the drill. So why would you put your family in a position, right or wrong? And it's wrong that people are like this, but it's just it's the nature of the beast. It's the baggage that comes along with being famous. It just is. Right? Even though it's wrong, you got to be able to take those precautions, like you said, Rob, so that your family is protected from that environment.
Yeah, we've seen this. See, it's just now really starting to hit American sports. Like if you watch like these overseas soccer games, they are fighting in the stands. People
soccer. Those soccer games get crazy.
Man, I'm talking about real football. You know what I'm saying? It gets real, bro. Like people are serious about their sports teams. We know here in America, we can take it from sports. It can go to racial slurs. It can go to slurs about me sleeping with your significant other. It can go to anything. So you want to be prepared. And we've been seeing these fans as of late get unruly. Remember, somebody throws a water bottle at Kyrie. They throw something at and yelling obscene slurs at my boy Trae Young. Russell Westbrook complained about what the fans did in Utah. Like it's been going on for years. So you as a person that knows how this goes. I mean, how many times have we been to a high school game and a fight breaks out? You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I get it. I
started some of that shit. I don't give a shit. Just saying. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I started some of that high school play, but that's just me. I wouldn't do that in any event.
So Frankie, before we actually get into the game itself, did you want to say anything about this?
No, I just feel like maybe that kid was a big Chris Paul fan. He noticed that Chris Paul's mother and wife was there next to him, and maybe he wanted a hug. Who knows? They probably told him no, and he still maybe he didn't hear them, and maybe he just grabbed them and maybe wanted to hug them. But still, even if you're a big fan, even if you're not, you shouldn't be touching superstar athletes.
I thought it was
or anything like that. But I also agree with Rob though. Like, if you're gonna have your family members there, especially your mother and your wife, don't have them at courtside. Don't have them with the fans. Especially away. You're not in Phoenix.
Right. You're not in Phoenix.
You're in Dallas. So if you were in Phoenix, then it'll be a whole different story. Like, you can have them at courtside because you're around the fan base and shit like that. But you're in Dallas. So have them at the suite, in the box and stuff like that, and everything would be good. So technically, some of this could go on Chris Paul. Some of this could go on the fans. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't be touching anybody in the stands. But, hey, it is what it is. It's over with. I hope that kid is safe. I hope Chris Paul didn't find him at the end of the game, honestly.
Nah. Chris, you know what? Honestly, though, that's the nature of the beast.
He's banned. He's banned. Like,
no, until 2023. They said 2023 he can come back into the arena again. So he's got a 1-year ban.
That's dumb. They should.
But when I look at that kid and I saw them bringing him out of the crowd. And I saw the expressions on his face. He looked really confused, like he didn't understand what he had done wrong. So that's what leads me to. But that's what leads me to believe that I think maybe he was hugging him, or maybe he was, showing appreciation, and maybe it was taken the wrong way. He didn't look like the kind of kid. The way that he came out, it wasn't like he was fighting or whatever. It looked like he was confused, like he didn't understand the way he was expressing himself.
Yeah.
What if it?
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But it's just the way it looked.
What if it wasn't him though? Like, what if it was someone else that probably sat next to him or something?
Yeah, I thought about that too.
It could be.
They quickly did it, and then like they seen that it escalated into something, and like the person that did it actually like ran up to the concession stands to dip away, and the kid was the only one there, and that's why he was all confused. Who knows? Or maybe like Jay said, he was confused because he's a big fan and he thought I wouldn't get in trouble. I'm saying hi, like it's Chris Paul's mother. I love Chris Paul. I've seen Chris Paul since he got drafted. Look how young I am. You never know, man. It's all different. But like me and Rob are saying, you never ever touch anybody in the stands unless they want you to be touched. Yeah. You can be touched, but you should not touch anybody unless you're ready to get the smoke.
And that really
couldn't have had his people down there, because that was also a great point by Frankie with the away game situation. Not even just forget mentioning being touched. Think of the things Chris Paul's mother and wife has to hear. Chris Paul, you're small. You weak. You suck, and all that stuff. Like, why even subject them to hear all that stuff? So,
man, Chris Paul's like, hey, listen, these are fans. It's gonna be a certain kind of way. So just I'm sure he's got to prepare them for that.
Like, yeah. But Mama Paul don't care. Mama Paul,
right?
that's a baby boy on the court.
Her son. You know what I'm saying? So And
especially.
I was yelling nice slurs.
I'm
Exactly.
sure.
I
I'm
was
sure.
about to say, yeah. Especially if you're drinking it and you go on some crazy slurs like, oh, Chris Paul, you a F, like a fat. You're like, I don't want to say it, but
that's why if I'm Chris
crazy...
Paul, if I'm Chris Paul, I'm putting my family in a suite where it's air conditioned. They got the little beverages coming down to them, they can chill.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just
Especially
me. I got plenty
game.
of money. Hey, put them in a suite.
Hey, I'm glad I seen this because me and Pryor talked about this last night. I also, before we end the show, Rudy Gobert and Shaq was going at each other on Twitter, and Rudy Gobert told Shaq that he could lock him up. So we're gonna talk about that after we talk about this Phoenix.
I did not see that, so that's a good one to talk about. Hey, real quick, so let's actually get into the actual game.
Let's get
into the game.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, Rob, I know I was one of them. I think you were one of them. We had Dallas winning one game. We didn't have them winning two.
I said Dallas to win the series.
Oh, you had Dallas to win the series?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. Well, then you about to be instantly famous if this happens.
Rob's the only one that's behind Luka Magic.
I'll tell you, though, hey, listen. Paul's out of his game last night and the night before. Booker's had a couple of bad games. Ayton's not really dominating down in the paint like he should. And Dallas is taking advantage of it. Complete advantage of it. And
that was my only scare. That was my only scare. I said, okay, I want Dallas to win this series, even though I love the hell out of Chris Paul and I want him to get one. But I said the X factor would be DeAndre Ayton because there's really nobody on Dallas that can guard him. But he's making life so easy for them.
No, I definitely agree with that. And the fact is, Brunson showed up. Yeah. So now, and Finney Smith is showing up. So now Luka's not having to do all of it on his own. He's actually got help. Yeah. And when Dallas has help, they could be a really dangerous team.
Dallas now, they're playing at a different level. I like the way that, you know what, and I think Jason Kidd, and I said this before, nobody agreed with me, but you can tell they listen to somebody because I said Luka's gonna have to not be what he's been in the past, which is the primary ball handler. It's okay to have the ball the most. Let me say this. It's okay to be the primary ball handler, but not when you're holding on to the ball and turning players into catch and shoot players that are not catch and shoot. He's allowing Jalen Brunson now to get in the rhythm. He's allowing other players to go back at their natural roles of how they played when he wasn't there, like they did in that Utah series. So, yeah, now Luka is trusting in his team, and then you get performances like you got from Benny Smith. You know what I'm saying? You get performances like you're getting from Kleber, like you're getting from Jalen Brunson, when you allow them to take some responsibility and accountability of the series.
Yeah. And the thing about it is I in my opinion, I think that it's going to be really hard, man. The game is if they're going back to Phoenix, and this is where Dallas is really going to have to prove themselves. Because when there's one thing when you're doing it at home because you have the home energy behind you, Doncic's going to show up, no doubt about it. But for Dallas, when they go to Phoenix, Chris Paul's going to have a bounce back game. He's going to be back at his home stadium. So will Booker. So these guys are going to come out ready to go, and they're going to get the real Phoenix Suns. In my opinion, and not maybe the little bit distracted Phoenix Suns like they were in Dallas. I feel like Phoenix was a little bit distracted when they were on this away stand. So now we're going back home, and this is where Dallas is really going to have to bring everything that they had in Dallas with them. Can they do it, Rob?
Jay, they have one more game in Dallas.
No. I'm pretty sure it's in Phoenix.
No, they're going to game 5. They got one more in Dallas.
Yeah.
Snap. Okay. So they did have one more. Okay. So again, how does that play out?
I think Dallas wins tonight. They're gonna have to take one in Phoenix in order to win the series.
Oh, absolutely.
So right now is as good a time as ever to win one on the road. So I don't like Dallas's chances if the game go to a game 7. If the series goes to a game 7. I think Phoenix, if it goes to game 7, I like Phoenix winning that series. If Dallas can get them in 6, if Dallas lose tonight, I got Phoenix. That's how it's going. I don't see Dallas beating them in Game 7.
Frankie, does Dallas have enough in it to win 3 games back to back?
I mean, if Phoenix are gonna keep playing the way they do, they definitely can keep the train rolling. But I don't think Phoenix is gonna keep doing what they're doing. I think they're gonna get their heads out their asses and actually play some real basketball. I feel like the only reason they honestly lost was they weren't in the right mindset. The third game was Chris Paul's birthday, then the fourth game was Mother's Day. So like a lot of mindsets wasn't at the game. Plus the issue with Chris Paul's families and stuff like that. Everybody just wasn't there. But I think now that there's no holidays and no birthdays right now, I feel like Memphis, look at me. I feel like Phoenix is gonna prevail tonight and get a victory and go back home and end this series in 6.
So the Sixers. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
No, with him saying that, I feel even more confident about my Golden State Warriors because of somebody's birthday or the holidays is gonna throw you off your game. Then you ain't focused.
Yeah, bro. Because Chris Paul's birthday, they were sipping on that wine before the game started.
Hey, they were sipping on that yak, and they couldn't do it.
They were doing something.
That's your fault.
Chris Paul.
That's your fault.
They were doing something, and exactly. It was their fault, and that's why I said now that there's no holidays and no birthdays, they're gonna get their mindset back to where they need to be, and they're gonna end this in 6. And Chris Paul, no. We all seen Chris Paul. He has his ups and downs, but now he knows like this series is tied. Everybody, get your heads out your ass. Let's go. Let's get this done. We should have been done with this. We should have swept these guys.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm sticking with my prediction on this. I think it's gonna be Milwaukee versus Philly on the Eastern side, and I think Milwaukee comes out of it and goes to the finals. And it's gonna be Suns Golden State. And I still believe in these Suns team, and I think it's gonna be Phoenix and Milwaukee part 2. And hopefully Phoenix, now that they have Ayton and McGee to take care of Giannis or at least tie him up a little bit, I think Suns take the whole thing. I just think this is Chris Paul's year. I think, they have a full healthy team. They've upgraded their center position. I just think it's their year. I mean, and I know y'all are going to disagree with me on this, but that's the way it goes.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Jay, that might be actually one of the smartest things you said. Honestly, you could be right. But you're wrong, damn it. You are wrong. All right? The Celtics is going to beat the Bucks. They're going to go to face Philly. The Celtics are going to go to the finals to face Golden State because Golden State might beat Memphis tomorrow night and go on to face the Phoenix Suns. I still feel like that series is going to be against versus Golden State if Memphis can somehow please their baby bad ball 3'9" Jesus, please make the Memphis Grizzlies prevail and turn this series around. But if they can't, it's going to be Golden State versus Phoenix. And I don't think Phoenix, with the way they're looking against Dallas, they can't look like this against Golden State.
No,
they really can't. If Phoenix is going to play like they're playing right now against Dallas against Golden State's going to end that series quick. They're going to end it quick, and they're going to go to the finals.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing if Golden State plays like the way they played just recently against Memphis, then the Phoenix Suns are going to win. So, come on now.
That's true, but that's not going to happen.
Come on, Frankie.
That's not going to happen. Steph Curry mindset in the Western Conference Finals, we all know how Steph Curry is going to turn it around, especially with Draymond Green.
Yes,
we know how they're going to turn it around. The real question on that one is Klay Thompson going to play the way he's playing in this series, in the next series. If he plays like that in the next series, then we might have a different ball game in our hands.
I mean, I personally like the 6-pound, 8-ounce baby Jesus version, but I mean, whatever floats your boat. Rob, final thoughts on this series before we move on to the next topic.
You like a fat baby Jesus, huh?
I'm not gonna comment on that because listen, I'm trying to get to heaven here, okay?
We all gonna go to heaven, Jay. We living in hell right now. We're gonna go to heaven, don't worry.
It's just that if you keep acting up, you stay on this month.
Yeah, I believe that Jesus has a sense of humor. He wouldn't have created Frankie.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't have created me. I'll say this. As I mentioned earlier, with Phoenix, with Dallas, if this series goes to 7, I like Phoenix chances. Yeah. Dallas to me is gonna have to end it in 6, which requires them to win 2 games in a row. Their first test is tonight. We will see.
Yes, we will. Frankie, your final thoughts before we move on.
My final thoughts is enjoy the day. It's a very nice day here in New York. Finally, we're getting some sun weather. Enjoy your basketball nights tonight, guys. We had a great one last night, both games. Hopefully, these 2 games tonight can be something good, but they're not going to be because they got the hot trash Miami Heat playing tonight. But hopefully, Ross, I'm trying to be serious, Ross. I'm making me laugh.
Say the hot trash.
enjoy your basketball, guys, and also enjoy your baseball. Yankees play tonight, also.
Yeah, we're not leaving just yet, Frankie. Calm down. We haven't got to those final thoughts yet.
Just the final thoughts.
Said final thoughts.
I said final thoughts for this topic before we move on.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Jeez, man, Frankie over there said, "Hey, roll credits, guys. I'm done."
You didn't say final thoughts on the series. You said Frankie final thoughts. So you had me thinking, like, be more specific, old man. All right, final thoughts on this series. I feel like the Celtics are gonna beat the Bucks tomorrow. Golden State probably if John Moran ain't there. Even if he is there, he's not gonna be 100%. I feel like probably Golden State is gonna win, but I'm gonna stick with my prediction and go with Memphis. Tonight, I think the 76ers win against the Miami Heat, and I'm gonna go with Phoenix over Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so tonight we have the first game is going to be the Philadelphia Sixers against the Heat, and then of course the evening game will be the Dallas Mavs and Phoenix. And how good is that going to be tonight? Plus, we got a lot of baseball out there. But before we get into any of the stuff, Tops, we're going to talk about this Nikola Jokic versus Embiid. And a lot of people can't understand how Jokic could get it over Embiid. Let me tell you something. No knock against Embiid. Seriously, guys just comes back an orbital fracture, got his right thumb ligaments torn, had it coming from a mild concussion, and he's out there doing his thing, puts his game on or puts his team in a 2-game win streak coming back. Nobody's going to try to take a lot of things away from Embiid because Embiid does a lot. But I don't want to take anything away from Joker either now. You look at the stats, and let's be honest, if you're just looking at numbers, Joker takes Embiid out 2 out of 3 categories. Joker gets 27 points to Embiid's 30. That's where Embiid wins. But when it comes to rebound and assists, Joker's at 13 rebounds, Embiid's at 11, 7 assists for Joker to 4 assists for Embiid. And let's be honest, Embiid has had a quote-unquote Harden, Maxey, and Harris, whereas, let's be honest, Joker's got who? Who Joker got?
Cares, yeah.
Listen, I nothing like I said. You can't take anything away from Embiid, but at this particular point in time, I think Joker's skill sets are better than Embiid's. He's got a better outside shot than Embiid. Now, where Embiid and he can also dominate in the paint area, just like Embiid can. Every position 1 through 5, Embiid can do. He's shown it. Nothing to take away from Embiid, like I said, but what Joker's skill sets are and what he means to his team, I just don't think you can overlook that. That's just my opinion. We're going to go to Rob, and then Frankie's going to wrap it up. And then Rob's going to give us the whole take on the whole Gobert Shaq fiasco.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but he needed to get
But Rob, Embiid, Joker, what's your thoughts?
I think I told you already. I think Embiid should have won. To me personally, I agree with what you're saying. Like, Joker didn't have anybody, which I can respect that he still got his team to a respectable 6th place spot in the Western Conference. Excuse me. But to me, honestly, Embiid had more drama. Like, we knew Jamal Murray was out and then Michael Porter Jr. went out, and we kind of knew that, but they wasn't a distraction. That Ben Simmons, Doc Rivers situation was a distraction. which could have went badly for the Philadelphia 76ers. And back in the day, it would have. It would have been too much of a distraction. And then even bringing in James Harden, he gives you 5 games of great basketball, and then he disappears, which means Joel Embiid is back by himself. I think Joel Embiid helped with the development of Tyrese Maxey. He held it down when Tobias Harris wasn't being the guy that we thought that he was capable of being, because to me, honestly, Tobias Harris didn't have a great regular season. He's picking up his basketball play now in the playoffs, but during the regular season, it was kind of Embiid or bust. So I have to say, especially leading the NBA in scoring, stepping up and being what your team needed you to be. And if you really look at their statistics, they wasn't that far from each other in numbers.
That's not true. I'm pretty sure Embiid lost 2 out of 3 categories.
They wasn't that far from each other.
I think for me, though, it's just about who had. When you look at, they both are in the same situation. Like I said, okay, you can even say the numbers aren't too far apart. They both meant something to their teams. So it's almost like those two kind of wash each other out, right?
Yeah.
So then you go to look at the skill sets. Who is the actual better basketball player?
Joel Embiid, without a shot of a doubt, he's better than Jokic.
How do you figure? So if I look at their outside shooting, who's the better outside shooter?
Jokic is. I'll say Jokic is a better outside shooter.
And they both could play down low.
I think Joel Embiid is a better post player.
So who is the better passer and who can play all 5?
Joel Embiid, because he plays defense. Jokic's defense is subpar at best.
But can't Embiid play the point through the center?
Yes.
All right, we're going to agree to disagree. Again, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I think either one of these guys.
Have you not seen Joel Embiid? His handle to me is better than Jokic. Joel Embiid can sometimes be confused with a 7-foot guard, bro. He moves better than Jokic. He's more athletic than Jokic. He get his shot better than Jokic. He's stronger than Jokic.
But yet he has less rebounds and less assists.
Yeah, but he has more people on his team to rebound the ball.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. I'm with you. Calm down. I see the smoke starting to come out the ear. Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Think about it like this. Where's Jokic now? Where's Joel Embiid?
Oh, no, we're not saying that because you already know why that's the way it is. Hold on.
And then, not to mention, I know it's a regular season.
That argument does not hold water. Because if I put Joker out and if I put Joker in the 76ers and Embiid on the Nuggets, where's Embiid?
Still playing.
Really?
Still playing.
Really?
Yep.
You're going to stick with that argument?
I am. Joel Embiid is better to me than Jokic.
There's no way in hell. No way in hell the Nuggets are in the playoffs with Embiid. No way in hell.
Jokic.
I don't care how good.
I'm not putting Jokic down. I'm not putting Jokic down. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's kind of putting him down. When those numbers are that close, 30-27, 13-11, 7-4, and then you're going to tell me, no, I don't see that.
Miami was just killing Philly. You add that 7-foot monster in there, what happens?
I think the objectivity.
The whole series changed. The masked man.
I don't see it, man.
Joel Embiid showed up to Philadelphia as he was a superhero, and he has saved the day. I'm just being real.
No, you're not being real. You're being semi-real. There's a cloud of fog that has come across you objective levels.
Hey,
that's okay. Hey, listen, man, you got your opinion.
Jokic winning back-to-back MVPs is almost as bad as when Steve Nash did it.
And we're going to move up to Frankie C. Frankie.
Oh, man.
All right, man, make your case.
Kobe got 1 ring, Shaq got 1 MVP, and you telling me Steve Nash get 2? Come on.
Hey, I get it. I get the whole Steve Nash, but Steve Nash and Joker, I don't like that comparison.
Even Joker. He was 3rd on my list, bro.
Wow.
If it wasn't Embiid, I was gonna give it to the Greek Freak.
Wow.
Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, Frankie.
Wow. Well, I love the heat that's going on right now. It's amazing. It's actually real smoothing. I honestly I can't agree to disagree with both you guys. I'm actually on both your guys' side. Like I'm listening to both sides of you, and both are making real honest sense on both parts for Embiid and for Joker. But I'm gonna stick with the NBA, and I'm gonna say that I believe Joker deserved it just because he carried a team by himself, honestly, into the playoffs, and then going down 3-0 against Golden State and at least getting one win out of them, not getting swept, it meant a lot. It showed a lot to Joker. But you look at Embiid, and Rob saying, look where Embiid is at, look where Joker's at. I mean, who did Embiid beat in the last round to get to the next round? Like look at that. Embiid didn't go to face the Milwaukee Bucks or something like that. Like, let's be real. If the Philadelphia 76ers went out to face against the Greek Freak and the Milwaukee Bucks, Embiid would be in Cancun right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Embiid would be in Cancun. So
yeah, because you don't know what version of Harden you're getting.
Exactly. So you can't sit there and say, oh, look where Joker is and look where Embiid is, because look where Embiid is going through. He went through the Chicago Bulls and now he's going through the Heat trash Miami. Like, come on.
He didn't play Chicago Bulls. He played the Toronto Raptors.
That's even worse. He
still playing the Toronto Raptors.
No, because don't say that, man. We got beat by the champs, and even we didn't get. But y'all want to give credit to the Joker, so he didn't get swept. We didn't get swept either, and we played the defending champion.
He carried the Denver Nuggets by himself on his back.
He did.
Back.
I'm not taking nothing away from Joker. But you asked me who do I think should have been the MVP? I should have had on the 76ers hat. He was robbed. The leading scorer in the NBA. The 7-foot monster known as Joel Embiid. That's 2 eyes.
I want him to say his name in English the right way. Tell him to do that.
Call him up.
No.
Hey, listen. Either way you go, man. Honestly, the competition was stiff for the MVP because between Giannis and Embiid and Joker, I mean, honestly, we can all agree that it's good to see the big man get an MVP.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it goes to the forwards or guards, but very rarely do you see the big man really getting that MVP since the Shaq days and stuff.
Yeah.
So
you know what? The center is back in the NBA. I mean, we're talking about guys who take care of themselves, especially Joker, because Joker hasn't really had any health issues in his career. I mean, he played 74 games this year, which I'm glad he was able to get a couple games to rest, because usually he's up in that 70, 80 percentile. So,
absolutely.
And I was so proud of Joel Embiid because he at least gave us like 60 to 66 games. So he usually doesn't do that. So they say the best ability is availability. And both players were available to be with their teams this season. And you see the results. Both teams have winning records. Both teams made the playoffs. Joel Embiid, scoring champion, and the Joker, Nikola Jokic, 2-time MVP. So the big man is back.
So then we're going to move into what Rob brought us to talk about.
Speaking of big man.
Hey, now, I didn't see this, so you have to correct us on this one again.
Yeah, man, this is on Twitter. So I don't know what sparked the conversation, but Rudy Gobert, I guess getting tired of all of the Shaq hate of, him being a big man in the league. He said that he believed he could have locked Shaq up in his prime. And I was just floored. I'm pulling it up now so you guys can. I was floored. Like, do you really think, Shaq? I'm talking about
the hack of Shaq game.
The end of Orlando, beginning of Los Angeles Lakers Shaq. You really think you could have locked that man up?
Hell no. Hell no. Listen, for him to say that is really weird to me because let's be honest, Shaq, he changed the game in the way he was guarded because that's where the whole hack of Shaq came in.
Yeah.
When the hell has Gobert ever done anything like that?
Yeah, so this
He
what
can't
it
even
was.
win MVP of the league, and he thinks he can guard Shaq or lock Shaq up. He must be smoking crack cocaine or whatever it was that COVID did to him when he was spraying it on the microphones. Must have came back and reinfected him.
Yeah,
That's
So
crazy
this-
to me.
so this what it was. You know, Shaq got a podcast called The Big Podcast with Shaq.
Yeah,
And the thing was, you know, he mentioned Rudy Gobert. He said Rudy's a great player, a fine defensive player, but he offers nothing on the offensive end. Like
That's
he
true.
has no post moves. So then Spice Adams, which you know a lot of people don't know, he's a former football player. I believe he played with the Bears, and now he's just a social media personality, funny guy. You know, he said that I think Rudy can hold you to like 12 points. And Shaq said, yeah, in the first 3 minutes. So,
It's
you know,
true, man.
but
Damn.
of course, Rudy fires back. Said, hold on, bro. Like, you know, I am a former defensive player of the year. I could have locked you up in your prime.
He ain't never faced a man like Shaq.
Nobody has really faced a man like Shaq.
You say that? Come on, man. Let's look at the competition you're talking about. And now we're talking about Shaq. If Shaq gets you down the paint, Shaq's going to crush Rudy Gobert's forehead with his forearm as he's dunking it.
Rudy Gobert ain't strong enough to hold somebody down.
He's not.
Like, I've seen Shaq, you know, the only player, like, it's two players that I seen give Shaq, like, trouble. And that was Akeem Olajuwon, which he called a baby Shaq,
Yeah.
and Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman was just strong.
I would like to point out that Yao Ming, as short as his career was, and by no means am I saying that Yao Ming is better than Shaq. But what I will say is this: I did see a really good game. I was there in attendance when Yao Ming blocked Shaq at least, I think it was 3 or 4 times. I mean, it was really impressive. But
by that, I will say this in Shaq's defense, he wasn't completely out of his prime yet because he was able to win a ring. But we all know that was due to D Wade more so than Shaq. Shaq after those Laker years, I say after 2003, Shaq stopped really being Shaq. I believe like if Yao would have caught Shaq at the beginning of those Laker years, like in 96, 97, I don't know if Yao would have wanted them problems. Shaq was a different animal when he was in his prime.
Right. He was. Absolutely.
So you got to take into account that, yeah, Shaq might not be on anybody's list as far as being the best player in the NBA. He got to be in your top 5. But when you ask people who was the most dominant player you've ever seen, Shaq better be the first name out your mouth.
Yeah.
When we're talking about dominant, talking about, you know what I can do, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Because I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, and that's just some things you can't teach. You can't teach height, you can't teach speed, and you can't teach power. So either you got it or you don't.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. Frankie, what's your thoughts on it, brother?
Rudy Gobert is dumb as shit. You trying to call out Shaq in his prime. Like, you crazy, bro. You crazy as hell. You must have been drinking on that yah, brother, because that's some crazy boo-boo stuff you just said on that.
I don't know what's wrong.
Prime. On his prime. Bro, you asking for the backboard to get smashed on you, bro.
Lord Jesus.
Straight up, you asking for the backboard to get smashed on you.
Right, he forgot who Shaq was, man. Like,
he must have not seen Kazam. Like, that man is my man Shaq will put the magics on him, bro. Like, Rudy Gobert don't know. He don't want the smoke, bro. Shaq was just straight smoke him like a little baby. Like, in his prime, like, Shaq would just, like, straight up look down on him and just be like, nah, bro, not here. Go back to the future, bro. Go back to the future.
Rudy Gobert, man, and I think he gets it confused. Okay, you played the Jokers of the world and the Joel Embiid, and we just talked about how great these players are. They ain't Shaq.
They're not Shaq.
They not Shaq. Shaq used to bring fear to people. People was afraid to even speak their mind around Shaq because he didn't want to piss the giant off.
They wouldn't even go in the paint.
Man, I look at that punch he threw at Charles Barkley that he missed. I always say, like, oh my God, could you imagine if he would have connected?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Rudy, stay in a child place.
Rudy,
Stay in the child.
Rudy, worry about trying to get to a finals. I'm not even gonna say worry about winning one because you haven't even gotten there yet to try and win one. So you should try to worry about trying to get there in the first place. Matter of fact, focus on what you want to do. Because you over here wanting to say you trade this guy, trade that guy, maybe you should trade me or something. Worry about what you want to do first. Then worry about trying to make it and then actually become something. All right.
Better.
And that's something I'm talking about is a better ball player, like my man Rob said. Get better. Be a better ball player because you're straight gaga. You're garbage. You're doo-doo. You're Utah trash, my man.
I'm just saying, man, because you talking about trying to go up against Shaq. Let's say you do get a block on Shaq. Let's just say you miraculously, Shaq doesn't just push you and bully you out the way. You get one block on Shaq. He damn sure can't score on Shaq. Rudy can't score on nobody.
No, that's not his forte. Even now, even without Shaq in the league, it's not his forte.
It's just bad. Like, dude, you've been in the league this long. And my thing is, okay, Tony Allen was like that. Tony Allen gave you minimum on the offensive side, but he was such a specialist on the defensive side. I don't look at Rudy Gobert and say that's a specialist on the defensive side. To me, honestly, I think Joel Embiid is a better defensive player than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to focus on just being a defensive player, then be the best at it, bro.
Yeah.
You making me go on my Soldier Boy voice, bro.
That's true. And the thing about it is what has he really done? Like, you know what Shaq has done with every team that he's been involved with? I mean, he's except, as he got into the ladder, like with Cleveland, things like, he started to kind of, but he was so old, but in his prime years, in his prime heyday, I mean, you knew what Shaq meant to your team. Yeah. You knew that without Shaq, you're not winning a championship.
Yeah.
Can you say this? Gobert with Utah can barely even make it. Well, they can't even get past the first damn round.
He's
he's
not
crazy.
Even the biggest threat on his national team when he plays for France. You're not even the biggest threat. Like, we're more afraid of Nicholas Batum than we are of Rudy Gobert.
Put it like this: Rudy Gobert can't even share the same quote with Lamar Odom.
Oh my goodness, Lord Jesus!
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't take him seriously. When he said that, there's no way people are taking him. And I don't even think. But you know what though, Rob? I don't even think Rudy took that stuff seriously. I think he just said it because he was butthurt and he felt like he had to say something. But deep down inside, he knows he's wrong for saying it. He knows there ain't no truth to that.
He can't even get a max contract, let alone talk about God and Shaq. Come on, bro. What they say? I've been watching this new series. On Netflix.
Shaq said, "Here's my jock strap. You can hold that, Rudy. Hold my jock strap."
I've been watching this new series on Netflix called Top Boy about them London guys. Come on, bruv. Let's be for real, bruv.
Hey, so we're gonna wrap it up real quick. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Frankie. Hopefully, your Yankees will beat Toronto tonight. It's going to be a tall tasking, I think, for you guys, but it's going to be interesting. Also, I would like to say that the Angels are going up against Tampa Bay, and I hope Tampa Bay will stomp the dog crap out of the Angels. And lastly, we go up against the Minnesota Twins. And we're going to face our arch nemesis, our Benedict Arnold, our turncoat, the guy that left us for somebody else, Carlos Correa. And I hope the Astros just stomp the dog crap out of him. But anyway, should be interesting. Rob, I don't know who your team is. Is it the Cubs?
I don't really have a team in baseball. I don't really watch it. I'm sorry. I've tried this year.
You're a boring American.
I feel like Americans who watch baseball on TV are boring. Like, I have to watch that in person.
Okay. You know what though, Rob? I got a question. No, for real. This is legit. No, we've been talking about this for a very hot minute now on Unscripted, and it's good to have an African American on here to actually talk about this because it's been my process that I know back in the day, African Americans used to play a lot more bigger part in baseball. There used to be a lot more interest in baseball, and it seems as the years have gone down, so has the interest level in the community of African Americans. We have really lost, our baseball has really lost out on that demographic. Would you agree?
Yeah, I will tell you this. In our community, we're not even introduced to baseball anymore, and I think it's not like we dislike it. It's just by the time you try to get somebody that's already older. And like I like basketball and football, fast paced. The action keeps going, and you all of a sudden throw baseball at me. It's hard for me to get into at this age.
Right,
like I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like I think that's something you have to introduce kids to, and I think that's not being done in the African American community. It used to be big stuff, like even in Chicago.
And I think it's a marketing,
Jackie Robinson
issue with baseball that they're not marketing more towards that your demographic, because I think if they were, then you, like you said, at a younger age, you would get them more involved.
Yeah, and we support it, like when the Cubs won, but this Chicago, we just looking for a reason to come outside.
You just looking for a reason to drink and get out of that fun.
By law, I'm a White Sox fan because I'm from the South Side, so I'm always gonna ride with the black and white, But if the Cubs win, I got love for them too. Go Cubs. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but I know we've really been talking about that more, and I feel like that's the issue in Major League Baseball and why they're hurting so much, or even some of the attendance records, because you're not getting all of the demographics in there.
Yeah,
and I think if they did a better job marketing.
Look at football and basketball. There's a complete smorgasbord of racial ethnicities in the audience.
Right.
Everybody's there together. And I feel like if you watch baseball, it's either our Caucasian brothers and sisters, our Latino brothers and sisters, or our Asian brothers and sisters that's into baseball.
Yeah.
It's not really us.
Right. It's and that's what I'm saying. And I remember when we used to have, there have been a lot of really good African American baseball players in the game of baseball from the old days to the new days. Mm-hmm. It's just we're losing it. We're losing that demographic, even playing the sport. And it was really weird to me because think about it. African Americans formed their own damn league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for that to, the African American community has played a huge part of baseball, and for them to go into forming their own league, and then of course obviously integrated, and now we've just lost that whole part of the identity of baseball.
Yeah, I think it's also like a lack of resources for baseball in our community.
Right, that could be true.
Not that many baseball fields anymore, and even if they are, we'll turn any field into a football field. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true. And basketball, even if we don't have rims, we'll staple a damn crate on the pole, cut the bottom of that crate out, and make our own basketball rim. It's not as available to baseball, and there's no places for us to play baseball because you're not trying to break windows or do things like that. We don't have that many resources for baseball.
And that's why I feel like MLB should be reaching out to these communities and starting to build more fields, start doing more things within the communities. Like the Astros could do more, the Orioles could do more, the Yankees could. Each team could do more to start trying to implement fields within their communities to actually, start generating more interest for the game.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point too. I feel like MLB doesn't cater to the African American community.
Yeah, they really don't.
The NBA does. Like I've seen NBA players in the city, whether they're at Stop the Violence campaigns or building new basketball court. Derrick Rose built a beautiful basketball court.
They get more back to the community.
Joakim Noah has been out here, and Joakim Noah I think he's a New Yorker.
Yeah,
and he's in Chicago because he played for Chicago, doing things in our community. Even on the football side of things, you'll see. I done seen Matt Forte. I've seen other various football players at events just showing their faces in the hood. And you don't see this from baseball. I couldn't tell you. Last time I knew who was on a baseball team was when the White Sox was winning the championship. Like
exactly.
I knew the Canercos and the AJs and all. I knew those. I don't know nothing about baseball. Only dude I know from baseball right now is Rizzo because he played with the Cubs. That's
That's
it.
crazy.
Hey, that's my dude. Anthony Rizzo gets a home run.
That's it. That's it. I know Rizzo because he played for the club, and then I know Mike Trout because he's supposed to be like, or was at one point in time, this Superman baseball player.
Well, he's still Superman baseball, man. There's not a player out there better than Mike Trout, still even in the game. Honestly,
Right, you know, like I ain't gonna say only names I know because I knew like the Clayton Kershaws. I know that.
Well, you know other names, but you just don't. I mean, you
just like it doesn't connect with me. You know, it just doesn't connect with me. And I've tried sitting there watching baseball too. I'm sorry, it's so slow paced.
Yeah,
slow, like you could get like, especially if you argue with the umpire or coaching changes are happening, then it slows the game up even more. You like,
yeah, they've been going in between innings when they're doing the warm ups takes a hot minute.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, like that's why I think baseball is something that's enjoyed in person rather than watching it on TV. Because I'm gonna flip the channel. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, and I think that's where baseball really needs to look at their sport and see ways that they can either make it more enjoyable to watch in terms of, and I don't even know how you would do that, but
I because I know it's a technical side of baseball,
right?
And you don't want to mess with the play of the game by trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. But you got to look at something because
definitely
the way football, with the way basketball, even boxing, UFC. Even wrestling, WWE, you got to be able to keep your people's attention,
Yeah, and I think what they did in 2021 when they started deadening the baseball so they could limit home runs, that really hurt them because people want to see home runs. That's the fun
see the whammies. whammy.
But I definitely think that there's got to be a way that they can shorten the game to where it's not 3 hours long. Maybe it's 2 hours long. I think would be more appropriate if you want to keep people's interest. Otherwise, like you said, you're going to wind up turning the channel because the game is just too damn long. But that's neither here nor there. Baseball, get your shit together. Let's start getting more of those demographics into the game, and that way you'll have a better outcome overall. Final thoughts now, Frankie. We're at final thoughts. What's your final thoughts, Frankie?
Sorry, I'm my bad.
He's washing dishes.
Yeah, I'm washing dishes, trying to make my wife happy before she gets home. Yeah, nothing much on the final thoughts. I already said it earlier. Enjoy your basketball games tonight, everybody. It's gonna be a good series tonight against against Phoenix and Dallas, not against 76 and the Heat, because we all know. But enjoy your basketball games tonight. Also, for you baseball fans, enjoy your baseball. I will be watching real closely with the Yankees in Toronto. We finally became the first team to beat Toronto in a series about 2 weeks ago, so that was a good one. Hopefully, we could keep it up. The Yankees offense hasn't been looking good as of late, but hopefully they could turn it around. We're still getting some wins, but hopefully we turn it around against the Toronto Blue Jays and get some wins. Jay, I will be watching Houston Astros real closely. Like Jay said, they are on a 7-game winning streak. So Jay's on his little tippy toes right now because he's like, man, I want to reach number 11. I want to tie with Frankie's Yankees.
Man, but tonight we got the Twins, and the Twins are playing really good ball, so it's going to be really difficult tonight. So we'll see.
And
at least you got something. You got a team to celebrate in baseball.
Hey. Listen, I'll take what I can get, okay, Rob? I take what I can get. I take it when I can get it, man. Listen, damn. My Rockets, my Cowboys, yeah. What we did, real quick before we get out of here, my final thought is, man, we did a draft recap. Me and Tony did last night on Dallas Cowboys. And I didn't realize how depressed I was about this team until I did the recap. And then I looked at what we actually drafted. And I was just like, damn.
Hey, this is all good, man. Sometimes
it's really not all good. I got about another 10 years of depression left in me. So
especially at the Philadelphia Eagles, if Jalen Hurts shows up, oh Lord Jesus. My final thoughts are, I'm glad we've been getting some great basketball. I am excited about the upcoming NFL season. So I know us here at ASAP, we really gonna be diving into that. And I'm gonna continue my pursuit of trying to get into baseball. I believe it's some good conversations to be had there. I think once I learn the game and I really know what I'm looking at, I'll like it better, So that's my final thoughts. I'm going to continue to learn.
Hey, for 1995, we'll send you to unscripted boot camp on baseball, man. We'll have you squared away.
1995, is that plus tax?
Nothing's plus tax, man. Everything's plus tax. We still live in the great way. We still live in the great United States of America. Everything
is plus tax.
Yeah,
hey, I feel like I've already been on unscripted now, man.
You have.
This is fun. This is fun. If it gets crazier than this, then I'm in for a hell of a ride, baby.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Don't worry. Thursday be around. I mean, you'll be going back at it, and I'll see the more. I don't see the serious side of Rob too often.
Hold on, you going on Thursday?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
you're gonna be on Thursday.
Save it for Saturday, baby. With Frankie the Yankee gonna be on there. You don't want to. Frankie.
What do you want to be, Rob? You want to wait for Frankie? You want to come on Saturday?
I don't know what I'm doing Saturday, so
we're gonna keep it at Thursday, Frankie. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, what time do y'all do Saturday?
Oh, it's 8:00 Eastern.
At night?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Saturday is when we usually pop out.
That's when Rob goes to the boom boom room.
That's when Rob. That's when Rob is no longer Rob. I'm DJ.
Oh shit!
I'm DJ. I go outside. I'm DJ.
Oh Lord, have mercy, man. Okay.
It looks like I have to bring in Frankie the Yankee on ASAP in the morning and get in trouble.
I know. Oh, Frankie the Yankee.
Frankie the Yankee, that's a whole different gimmick on my side. He's a straight up asshole. He wears a hat and sunglasses indoors. He wears them indoors, a hat and sunglasses. He don't care.
Hey, that's because my light is shining on me, baby.
Exactly. And he talks that shit. He don't care what people say. Jay McLovin be talking that trash, and guess what? He be getting the heat right back, and I be getting Jay's ears smoking. I be like, yeah, Jay, that's what I do. Oh. But Jay loves Frankie the Yankee. He's been waiting a whole full year for Frankie the Yankee to come back around.
Yeah, when he comes around, it is a definite vibe to the show. All right, folks. Hey, listen, man, it's going to be a lot of good times. Like I said, we got the Sixers Heat first game, and then we got Mavs and Suns on the second game, followed by a lot of baseball today. So enjoy your sports, peoples, and you can catch Rob Thursday on Unscripted, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to bring the heat. And hopefully he brings, some heat back, which Rob always does. Like I said, when I see the serious side of Rob, it's amazing. I don't see it very often, but when I see it, I get a little nervous because he goes from smiling to not smiling, and I really don't know where to go, and I get a little scared. But
hey, I just get serious about my stuff.
I know, man. When I see you get serious, I get nervous. So it's all good, but it's okay because I know that it's a computer. You can't punch me through the screen, so we're good.
I wouldn't punch you, McLovin. We love McLovin.
Man, I hope God, because, man, God knows somebody needs to love this ugly person. All right, folks, man. Listen, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. And when I can find it. He got to find this thing. I wasn't queued up. Okay, here we go. Y'all be good. We out.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces.